fragmentation of the American left. There's an interesting thing that's been happening recently. There's this thing called the 99% Spring, which is a project of an activist training project being sponsored by Move On and a couple of other sort of established progressive organizations. And on the one hand, you might see this as evidence that the Occupy movement is having a huge effect by reframing the discussion among established progressive organizations. But there are also voices coming out of the Occupy movement itself and out of the Green Party complaining that this is basically Democratic front organizations co-opting the Occupy movement. So I wonder, Jim, if you might put that in a little historical perspective, and Ian, maybe you can give an inside perspective.
Oh, sure.
Okay, but you have to do it quickly.
Well, I think I'm going to defer to Ian. I mean, my sense of the left is that it is so hard to define it because MoveOn.org left, maybe it's Occupy left. Ian sort of wants it to be totally, I think, a brand new thing. I mean, we've got so many groups, most of which do not claim either the title left or radical. I mean, we're sort of assigning them in positions here. So it's pretty awkward. So we're in a weirder space, definitely a weirder space in thinking about the left in American society than even in the last left, which was pretty weird.
So the 99% Spring sounds fabulous. Let's train people to be activists and let's have our own thing that's going to be really great and powerful. But from the beginning, Occupy Wall Street in general, I can't speak for Occupy as a whole, I can only speak for myself, but my experience has been that we do not want to have strings to anyone. Like, the problem with politics anymore is that everyone's got a string that someone else is holding. And so we're worried, like, I know that me and a lot of my cohorts are worried about Move On investing in Occupy. That really, really concerns us. Many of us, we don't want to get into electoral politics for the most part. There are some of us who do want to support certain candidates, but that sort of leaves us operating in a system which has done so many horrible things to us that sort of moving in the direction that Move On often does, if we move on there, feels a lot like co-optation, and it feels a lot like building a Democratic base, to be honest. It's a Democrat front group, that's investing in our efforts, and that, I don't want that string for sure.
When you say Democratic, you mean Democratic Party?
Yeah, the Democratic Party, yeah. And that's sort of my feeling about it.
Okay, thank you very much. We could go on and on, but we're not going to. We're going to take a